What's up, guys? Common Sense TV. So I wanted to do another video today. I want to talk about bitter women. And I want to talk about why I think that they're bitter. So I recently went out on a work trip. And one of my coworkers that I've known for about several months now, she is a woman about 30, early 30s, late 20s. And she lives in the same city as I do. And I noticed that, when I work with her, she's, you can kind of tell sometimes she's kind of suggestive about, how she might feel about me. She kind of like puts out little hints, that maybe she may be interested in me. Now, just to be clear, I'm not interested in her. So, let's fast forward on a work trip. So we're all out with a bunch of different people, and she's there as well. And pretty much the whole trip, I've made friends with other people who are there, network with them, and been very friendly with other people. And I haven't really been kind of, receptive to, well, not receptive. I really haven't been paying her much attention at all because I'm busy making new friends. And I noticed, one day I went up to her and I said, "Hey, how's it going?" And she had this attitude, like she looked at me and kind of rolled her eyes and was like, "I'm fine." And I'm like, thinking to myself, what happened? But I know what happened. You see, because over the course of months, she's been kind of asking me, what do you do on weekends? Where do you hang out here? What do you do? What do you do here? And again, I'm not really interested. I'm not really interested in dating someone who I work with. I'm just not interested in her overall because I see her personality or her lack of personality. And when I first met her, I was very cordial. I introduced myself, and I asked questions, and it was like pulling teeth. I mean, the first time you meet someone, especially in the business setting, it shouldn't be like pulling teeth when you're talking to someone. You're supposed to be in corporate America. It shouldn't be that difficult to talk to someone. But I noticed with her, it was just like pulling teeth. So, over the course of weeks, I was cordial, but I wouldn't make an effort to really have a conversation with this person. But over the same course of months, I kind of could tell she would kind of, again, ask me questions to see where I was at. Oh, where's your girlfriend? Or, like I said, where are you hanging out? What are you doing tonight? Text me after hours. And I think after our texting, was to me, it was I think that's crossing the line because that's not really where I wanted to take it. But I never said anything about it. I just let her, go on. I just was very short with her. One or two word responses for a text, and that's it. I never had interest in hanging out with her after outside of work. Well, anyways, like I said, during this trip, I noticed that this person is very angry, just very mean. And it's gotten to the point this person doesn't even really look my way. They don't even talk to me anymore. And the reason is because I think this person, I guess, because they have no personality. It's not that they're not talking to me. I see this person, how they interact with other people. And this person has no personality whatsoever. This woman sits around with a group of other people, her counterparts, and has little or no conversation at all. And this is the type of woman or person that has never developed their personality, has no personality. Instead of getting better in life, they get bitter. I think we're all faced with choices in life. We can either choose to get better and develop ourselves and put ourselves and take ourselves out of our comfort zones to become a better person, or we can look at those same circumstances and say, oh, the world has done me wrong, I've been wrong, or this person didn't do this, they didn't do that. You can always make excuses and look at other people and point your finger. But when you do that, You're becoming a bitter person. And, it's unfortunate that I see more women than men who are like this. And I guess because women are emotional creatures, and they lead with their emotions, and that's the reason why that they've never developed their personalities, and they've become bitter because life never turned out the way that they thought it was going to turn out. And the reason why is because they didn't put in the work. They did never put in the work. That's like someone. That's like someone who's 50 years old and who's still waiting for their moment to come, who's still waiting for their break in life. And they never understood that you have to make your own breaks. And you make your own breaks by putting in the work, putting in the work on yourself, putting in the work in your career, putting in the work on the business. Whatever it may be, you're putting in the work, actively pursuing it every day. You know? It's just funny to me how an adult could think that life owes them anything. And they can think that because they don't get what they think they're entitled to, they have the right to walk around with an attitude. It just never occurred to me that you can even be that way. And a lot of these women are out here, and I've spotted them now. I could look at a woman and tell she's bitter, she's unhappy. You know, I'm not saying all women who are single are that way, but there are a lot of women who are single. They're single for a reason, and the very reason is because they're bitter, and they can't find a man, and he won't stick around. They just have that look on their face when you see them. It's like they've been sucking on sour lemons. You know the look I'm talking about. That sour look on their face. But they swear they're the most upbeat, most loving, most kind person in the world. And they cover all that with laughs and giggles. Fake laughs and fake giggles, I might add. And they walk around and they'll try to lead you to believe that they're a happy person. And yeah, I'm just a happy person and I'm living my life and I don't need anyone in my life. And I'm happy. But I see through all that now. I see through all of it. And I feel sorry for the guy who gets caught up with that type of woman because that's a lifetime of pain. It's like chasing your tail. Pleasing a woman who is bitter and who's not developed her personality is like chasing your tail. You're never going to reach your goal. It's impossible. Because she can't be pleased. Because this person has never found out that there's no such thing as fulfillment outside of you. Fulfillment comes from within. It doesn't matter if the world's against you. It doesn't matter if you have no money in the bank. It doesn't matter if everything's going to crap around you. You have inside of you inner peace and inner happiness that no one can take away. And you get that because you develop yourself. Because life's going to keep throwing you curveballs. And eventually you have to make up in your mind that, you know what? This is not going to bother me. Whatever happens is not going to bother me. As long as I have my health and my sanity, I'm fine. I'll make a way. But it's just funny that some people have never discovered that. And they're just angry because they feel like they didn't get their break. Life didn't go their way. I mean, whose life is perfect? No one's life is perfect. And the problem is that when these women walk around with this bitter mentality, with this, I've been sucking on a lemon face, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. They repel people away from them because they can feel that energy. They can sense that energy a mile away. They can sense it a mile away. I know I can. And I steer clear. I steer clear of people like that. And like I said, unfortunately, it's majority of them are women because the women have been trained by society to have. I think it's a little bit of entitlement, unfortunately, and I think right now they're finding out that it's a lie. You know, I think some of their mothers have told them you can find the perfect man. You can find the knight in shining armor, who's very chivalrous, who's going to open doors for you, who's going to, he's gonna have a great job, and you're just gonna have to stay home and have baby, whatever. But whatever it may be, but you're gonna find the perfect man, and that's just not true. That's not true. You know, a lot of women are not finding the perfect man because they have no personalities. And guys nowadays are fed up. They're like, you know what? I can do without. Then they're not going to put up with this nonsense. These women who are endlessly trying to seek happiness from a man or whatever because he can't please her. And he's going to spend his whole life trying to please somebody who's not even happy with himself. And if you're not happy with yourself, I can't please you. It's never ending. So I just think it's sad, and clearly I think you should stay away from these type of people. These people are toxic. These people will ruin your life, and these people being you no good. Anyway, thanks for listening. Subscribe to the channel, and peace.